Hi guys, you're welcome back to KIB TV. It's your girl Oluwakemi Atijosan, aka Kemsin B in the building. While growing up, there's a song we used to listen to. Èmi ò mọ̀ Jésù Òyìnbó, èmi ò mọ̀ Jésù Agege, Jésù tí mo mọ̀, àpáta ayérayé. This is a song we grew up listening to, and back then there's this story they used to tell us that Jésù Òyìnbó, Ọlọ́mọ 1000, Oníyàwó 200. But today we have Jésù Òyìnbó's son, Mr. Oladipupo Emmanuel. He's here to share more light on it.
Because my father have many wives and many children, but it's not all the wife that give birth, and it's not all the children that is children, because then my father don't discriminate, plus the workers children, plus the members children, plus I mentioned that workers children, the member children, we gather together to be as one. My father don't discriminate, this is my own child, this is your own. No, all of us grew up together, even till I reached like 10 years old. I don't know what is what. I don't know who is my brother, who is my sister, although men in their own side, while women in their own side. No matter how, all of us grew up together, both the workers' children, the members' children, and we that we are Jésù Òyìnbó children. But the reason why I will not be able to say this is the amount of my father's children, because when I was growing up, I grew up with people that at the end of it, when we reached like 25, 30, is when I knew that they are not my father's child. Because of us grew up together. So today, if people say Jésù Òyìnbó born 1 million children, this is how I'll be looking at them. But we know each other. If we see ourselves, even our elder brothers abroad, our elder sisters abroad, even we have seen for a long time, we still know each other. When we see, we have a way of talking. Anybody that get closer to us, we know that. So, and if you meet with us very well, you will notice who are Jésù Òyìnbó ones and who are not. We can develop the same face because we grew up together. That is common in life. Even when two people are growing up in the same hood, they will look alike somehow. People that are not close to the family will not know what is really going on there. So I cannot really say, oh, this is how many children my fathers have. I cannot really talk about that. And anybody that tells you he has so how this amount of the children he has, everybody by what we know when we are growing up, by what I know is that when I'm going to primary school, the primary school I went to is my father's private school, Mary the Blessed Nursery and Primary School. So in my class, I have many of my brothers there and some of my sisters, and there are some outside people there. So by then, we all bear the same Emmanuel Odumosu, but that doesn't really still mean that we all belong to Jésù Òyìnbó. But at the same time, my father has many children, but I cannot count it for me. Even for myself, I cannot count it by myself, because if I say this is one of my father's child, if it's not, how can I know? And this is not the time to be doing DNA, because my father have died now 38 years ago. So it's meaningless when we start doing DNA. It's what we do that will prove whether we are the true son of him or not. Not that we just be using mouth to be crying up and down for people. I'm just saying, but no. Him said pocket. He said, ọmọ Ọlọ́run la ó sì máa pè wọ́n. They shall be called the sons of God. That is, it's like, don't mention my name, or it's the people that defend my legacy that will prove whether they are my own or not. Not everybody will just be saying, I'm just saying, but so I'm just saying, no, I'm not agree with that. That's why I will not be able to tell anybody it's 10, it's 15, it's 20. No, I'm not in position to say that. But I know my father had many children. This is Jesu Imbo. Tom, this is graveyard. Yes, this is it. And this is 4 acres. Right end of there to this side. The other side is another about 12 acres. And it all belongs to my father, Jesu Imbo. That is the reason why the name of the street to date is still Emmanuel Street. That's our name. Now, what people are talking about is what's supposed to have happened, but it is not, and it can never. You know the deal my family went to do with United Capital Trustees then, when they were rebelling me, that I'm not supposed to be in charge of managing the estate of my ancestors. So they rebelling me to a stage that they went to court, and the judge, Magistrate Ronke Harrison, gave them rulings that they should come and be managing the estate and take the money to administrator in Igbo Shere to distribute the money at the end of the year for all the families. That is the ruling Magistrate Ronke Harrison gave. I think that should be 2011 or 2012. But when they got here, according to the ruling that is on ground then, G7, I led G7 as the president. I believe we can manage our ancestors' empire by ourselves. So the ruling that Ronke Harrison gave then is not working, even by them, United Capital Trustee, and by the family. Because the family went to meet with United Capital Trustee due to the bitterness they have towards me. That United Capital Trustee should come down and take over their father's property from them. They don't even want to know the right or left, the up and down. They just called United Capital Trustee to come and take it over. While as I was G7 president then, I did not agree with the movement. So it looks dazzling, as if Aniba, we will not agree, Ababa, but I held it tight. I don't let anything happen in the estate until 2015. There was a coup by the family towards my administration, G7 administration, in this very kingdom. They rebelled against me and the rest of me, the 7. They looted all my properties, vandalized my cars, all my documents, last document, they took it away, and I said nothing. Because if I wanted to react that time, things will get out of hand. So I look at it as if, what are we going to do now? I have to went on an exile. While on an exile, they decided to destroy the empire. So now, what they are talking about, that Jesu Oyinbo Estate is no more Jesu. It's a very big lie. If you hear anybody that come and meet with you, you should come and invest in Jesu Oyinbo Estate. Tell that person to give you the documents and the agreement that the fellow have with him or her before you can make a move. Or else, because this very empire, this very Maryland kingdom, as far as I'm concerned, as a field marshal, both right and left, and every other places that surrounded us here, still belong up to date to Jesus of Oyinbo. So nothing like government have taken it over. That's the reason why you see me here. I'm here every day, and every Thursday I will be on this very holy land. I must clean it up. I have my time to do it because the project was going on still. The whole kingdom belongs to Jesu Oyinbo. We might have JV with them on deal, because the deal they have with my family regarded as a shady deal. Regarded as a shady deal. Even my family they have the deal with have problem with them right now. So, assuming I am not here, assuming I was not here, that is when they can be saying they have taken over Jesu Oyinbo. But to date, up till now that I'm talking, until tomorrow, this kingdom in Maryland, both right and left, Emmanuel Street per se, belongs to Jesus of Oyinbo.